without any further ado, for our viewers and listeners, let's welcome Tyreek Maddox Williams on here, linebacker out of Rutgers. Tyreek, how you doing today? Thanks so much for being with us.
Nice meeting you. I'm good. Just got back from a workout. Excited to be on this call with y'all.
There you go, calling in, already getting some work in the mornings. We love to see it. Love to see the hustle. Love to see the grind. Let me start off with you. What was the feeling like, or how and when did you receive your NFLPA Bowl invite, and what kind of feeling was that for you?
I got the invite, I think, a couple days ago, and I was really excited when I was like moving forward in the fact of getting ready for the pro day, getting ready for training. I know God always works in mysterious ways that whatever the plan is already set. So it coming, I already knew that probably was a part of the plan. So I was really happy it happened. So it caught me off guard. I thought it was late, and I was like, damn, thank God. I was happy it happened.
Hey, we love it. Those surprises are the best, right? Dane, I'll kick it over to you. What do you got for Tyreek?
Yeah, hey Tyreek, what's going on, man? Appreciate you jumping on with us, man. Getting that early workout in. How much you weighing these days?
Me, I'm at 235 right now. I'll probably be down, but that's where I'm at starting.
What'd you play this last season at?
I was at Mike. I was at 235. I stayed at the same weight.
You're 235, okay?
Yeah,
because I think we had you a little lighter in the spring, right?
Yeah, I was lighter then, and then I moved to the Mike position, so I gained a little weight, and I fluctuated from 232 to 235.
Talk to us about that transition a little bit. I think you played multiple roles on that Rutgers, linebacking core. I think you started as Sam early in your career. You kind of played a little bit of what I would consider more of a will at other points. Now you're playing Mike this year. Talk to us about the different positions and kind of what you had to go through learning to get to Mike. Now you're making calls. Now you're setting fronts. You got to communicate with your teammates. Talk to us about that progression for you.
Okay. Early on, I was at Sam. So at Sam, you're more in space. You're doing a lot of covering. You're really kind of like setting the edge in the sense of you're outside coming in, making plays that way. You're in space is a different type of feel. As far as the transition to coming into Mike, I was excited for that because I feel like I could be more involved. I feel as though, like, as fast as I am, to be in the mix of everything and be able to go sideline to sideline, it was a great adjustment. So I think I went into the spring and I did spring ball so that I could learn it and I could get ahead so that when training camp came, I could compete and I would have like a jump on some of the other guys. So we went in the spring and I got a good feel for it. Like you said, stepping into the role to, make the calls, be in charge. And it's a different spot because now you inside out. So spring really got me going. Training camp really put the icing on the cake and I got real comfortable coming that way. And then going into the season, I was able to be in a position to play the Mike position. And I love it more to say, I'm gonna be honest, but I could do it all, but that was great.
Hey, kicking it over to you, Vaughn. What do you got for Tyreek?
Man, Tyreek, tell us a little bit about, you said you're in charge at that point. Tell us a little bit about the leadership qualities that it takes in order to run a defense.
Okay. The leadership qualities that happens is that as you the Mike, you got more responsibilities than maybe other people. Like, it may be other people's jobs to get the call from you and they'll just get lined up and they'll do their job. But you got to be ready to get the call, know where you're going to line up, know that everybody else is in the right position, and then be able to react and do the things right. So it's a little bit more responsibility because everybody's dependent on you to even get the play started. So that's a different adjustment. Like when I was at Sam, I was dependent on him or whoever was the Mike at that point to get me started on what we were doing. And now jumping into that role, you got to be confident and like you got to be calm in a sense. Like you can't get overwhelmed. You got to be calm and understand that you getting everybody's trusting you. So I think that's the biggest point. You got to be a leader in that aspect because other people is dependent on you.
Tell us a little bit about the adjustment that you needed to make in order to make that change, because that's a big change. Some people can't accept or can't take the added responsibilities of being able to communicate to everyone as opposed to one or two people. What did you have to do differently this year as opposed to your previous years in order to be as good as you were within this defense?
I had to be vocal. It was something about being vocal that I'm not just out there to do my job. It wasn't all just about me anymore. I'm not a selfish person, but when I'm out there at Sam, it's more like, this is what I got to do. This is what I got to do as far as me making plays or me doing my one little specific job. Now I had to be vocal because other people got to hear my voice. Other people I gotta, you know what I mean, lead other people to do their part. So I had to practice that. It started with practice in the spring. I was able to really practice being vocal, talking to people, being able to get other people calm and know to do their job. So I think the vocal part of it made me more comfortable. And once I got that down, it was easier for me to be able to relay the different things I needed to relay. But I wasn't always a vocal person. Like I was always a leader, but it was led by example. To have to make that change in leadership to be vocal, that was the adjustment for me.
Hey, Tyreek, you know what? Obviously, we know you as an explosive player, and I think that jumps out on tape, right? I mean, we get to see you flying around, man. When you collision guys, they're going backwards. But talk to us about what you want to accomplish out in an all-star game setting. When you come out to the NFLPA Bowl, what do you want NFL teams, what impression do you want to leave them with once they get done, they see you, they interview you, that they watch you run around on the field, and then they go back to their teams to discuss? What do you want them to be saying about you?
One thing for me, I want to, just the opportunity to go against different players, just people that they look at as higher players, get that type of exposure. I feel as though with me, with other people, there's always a question mark. Can he do this? Okay, he's fast. Is he physical all the time? Block shedding. So those little things, I want to clear up those questions. That's like my biggest thing. Let me clear up the different question marks that may be out there at a high level of the high character players.
And Tyreek, let's talk about that speed real quick, because I've heard, you might run sub 4.5. What can you give us a little bit of insight there? What are you expecting to run at your pro day?
I'm expecting to run sub 4.5 or lower. So I know that's the start. That's the starting point. But all I got to do is put in the work. I mean, just being fast is good, but it's technique that go into it. And this training is a different point for that. Like I've ran track, so I understand it. Even running track, I know I'm not there with technique. And once I get that aspect, I could run something really good. But I just got to put in the work. So I can't even give you the numbers until I'm putting in that work, and we'll see then.
Hey, that's exciting. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. Where are you training right now?
Right now I'm in South Jersey. I train at Rush Fitness with a trainer, Jai Peterson, and a couple other group of people. It's real personal. So I do that down here, like South Jersey area in Williamstown, and it's real personalized.
All right, and Tyreek, you made the academic All Big Ten team, I think, every single year that you were at Rutgers. How important were academics for you?
Academics was important because the leader ahead of us, all the coaches, like if it was Coach Shiano or Coach Az, they presented it that way. I got my family member, my aunt is really adamant in that football is not going to be forever. So she always was on me, even when I didn't want to hear it. Like going into college, I'm like, when you realize like I don't got to take the hard classes, I don't got to take them math, you get lax. And she was always on me like, no, keep pushing, make sure you're still doing well. And I started off my early years with a high GPA, and I was able to maintain it because after you get in, and if you was able to do well your first couple of years, you understand how it's supposed to be done. So just the being pushed by the head coach, like it started there because I feel as though if the coach didn't care, it would be easier for the players to get lax. But they always was on us, and I had my aunt, my uncle, they always pushed me. So it became easier once I did it early on. It was like the standard.
Vaughn, do you have something else for Tyreek?
Tyreek, man, you mentioned your uncle, you mentioned your aunt, you mentioned academics, you mentioned coach. As far as people that have pushed you to be better, tell us some of the things that have been more inspirational for you, or some of the people that have been influential throughout your life in order to push you to be the linebacker, to be the player that you are today.
Okay, I want to start off with my uncle. My uncle's named Herschel Williams. He's probably the main person. One taking me in around like 11. I ended up moving with him, and he got me started with football because he saw something in me that I didn't think about. Like I lived in Philadelphia, I wasn't thinking about football, and once I moved with him, he saw that I possibly could do those things. We used to play like manhunt, and he's like, "Yo, you fast? Like you could move, you could juke." So he got me started with football, and I didn't think about nothing next level. I didn't get to the high school level in my mind. I didn't think about college until he started putting those things in my mind. Like we moved to Jersey, and I went to Timber Creek. And once I get there, I see people get scholarships. I'm like, I never thought about scholarships or anything about college. I understand I might want to go, but I'm like, I don't know how that's going to go. Then I get there. I didn't play my freshman year, and now I got another person that's influential is my Coach Henson. He's like, yo, come play for the football team. I didn't do my freshman year. I go my sophomore year. Now I'm good enough that I'm in a conversation that I might be getting scholarships. Something else I didn't think about. moving forward, back to my uncle, he always sees something in me that I don't see myself right away. So he always pushed for not just to be perfect, but always more. He always pushed me to do better. He's like my devil's advocate. I call him after the game. He ain't calling me to tell me the positives. It's about what I could have did better. And I always look for that. Every time after the game, I'm calling him. And I know it's going to be brutally honest. The next person I would say is Coach Shiano. Coach Shiano was great because he showed me another level in the sense of being a pro before you got there. Like we played football when we were in college, and we think that all those other guys in the NFL and they're the pros. He told us that we're going to do work as if we're in the NFL, as if we're the pros now, so that when we get to that level, it's easy. So he showed me another level, and what that meant becoming a student. He had set me down and saying that I have all the ability, the talent, but I need to become a student of the game. And he explained that to me, and I think that's where I've been progressing once I understood what being a student in the game and breaking down film and all the extra work, getting the edge on other people. He brought that attention to me, and that was a different level. I didn't have that before.
But obviously you made an impression as they move you inside to, the quarterback of the defense, being the Mike backer this season. But, Tyreek, just real quick, man, you came in as a true freshman. You were starting linebacker. You suffered an injury as a sophomore. You came back. You fought through that. You were starting again. Coaching change, right? I mean, all sorts of adversity you fought through college. Man, just talk real quick about what you mentally had to prepare for and what you fought through in order to overcome with this adversity you faced.
Yeah, it was a lot of ups and downs. I mean, going into college, I was a late bloomer in the sense of even getting to Rutgers. And I know Coach Ash came late, and he was looking at me like, you don't have these type of offers? Like people, because I guess he saw a different talent in me that maybe other people didn't. I was always questioning on if I was athletic, which is hilarious. So once he brought me in, I'm not like I'm like fifth string at that point, and I'm in training camp, not even looking like I'm like on a scout team running back, like have no, you know what I mean? So then the season come, and then I end up getting an opportunity. It just happened so fast. It was like against Ohio State my freshman year, and I go out. I'll tell you, I'm just wherever the ball is at, I'm at. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm getting to the ball every play. Now from there, like I said, people see more in you than not like you look down on yourself, but they know because they've been around this situation that moving forward now, the expectation is different. So going into my sophomore year, getting injured, that was a different experience. I always was in high school, and I'm like, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to break a bone. I don't want to get hurt. So having to overcome that mentally, like you was broken down, but I think you get stronger of people that get injured and go through those healing process because you go all the way back down to nothing and you become stronger at the end. So that was a different up and down. And, just being on a college team, any football team, you don't always win. Or you don't always, everything don't go completely well. So those hiccups happen. And like I said, as you grow, you become more mentally, and you're never going to quit. You're never going to give up. I'm not going to go nowhere else. So you keep working, and then things end up working out. And I believe God's plan is already set. So however it went is how it's supposed to. And now we're here and we just keep pushing. So it's fine. I don't ever worry about anything that happened, any injury that went, or me not starting in the past, or me becoming the starter. Those things was all part of the plan.
Hey, Tyreek, I think I speak for the three of us if I say we're really appreciating your insight here, and this has been awesome. Do you have any parting shots before we let you go here?
No, I just thank y'all for the opportunity. Thank y'all for talking to me, and I look forward to the NFLPA. And I thank y'all for the opportunity again.
Hey, man, we're looking forward to seeing you out there compete, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And, can't wait. About a week and a half away. And I'm as fired up, I think, as Vaughn and Dane are to watch you out there in Pasadena.
Yes, sir.